That reflects in the score.
صديق الجميع.
Bando, one work on the throw, I'm not going to get the throw off in time.
Denza just trying to help him out here.
I'm gonna try to get some lemon. Wait, come one shot, I can't have it. I'm dead. One shot. Both lemon. One more lemon.
One bomb. Lemon.
He's gone right. He's not got time. It's 2 seconds, man.
Go. Only 4 points.
Let's go.
Right. If we ain't got MV4s, don't go to the right.
If we had one show, like, if we just keep killing on this shape.
Funny to hear from them at the halftime as well. Definitely like that aspect. Listening's always great. To hear exactly what they're saying. Nothing too negative right there. They're keeping an open mindset. They know that their backs are against the wall in this series, but they're keeping this uplink close, and I think that keeping a cool, calm, and collected attitude will be key here going into side 2.
Good shots by Benji towards that left-hand side. I think you're right, you know, aware and the driving seat, but Bando are not out of this one yet. Definitely potential for them to get some more points on the board. Shots going in though. Briggs is going to take down Benji down that left-hand side. Johansson a little bit unchallenged through mid-map here. He's going to get taken down eventually. Denza looking to continue to put that pressure on. He has his teammate in hand. He's going to help him out here. Shot's going to go in with the K-bar. He's going to get it with the second as well. Not quite JME, making sure he got that kill, and it was an important one as well. Benji goes down also. This is going to be the push now from Bando.
See right there, I love it, man. They hold their base. They start getting pushed. They know that the idea from Aware is to get the drone towards the side of Grandma's to go for that long throw over the Granny's building. So they send a player through that bottom L area. They get middle map control again. They send a player into top vending, and they just win their one-on-one engagements. They're keeping the slaying even. Look at the team right now, 15-14, 14-15, 15-15, 14-15. I read that very fast, but it's completely even right now for their squad.
At the halftime, it was only 1 kill difference actually, and that one shot is going to go
right
in
there.
Yeah.
They see the Aware game plan, and they're adapting to it.
Well, Johansson going to push up into tickets here. Spotting them down the left-hand side, but he's not going to need to do anything. Geff Kid's going to clean up 23-14 from him currently. Having a good game here. I mean, a couple of people, I mean myself, actually, I said when I watched them previously that
Oh my god.
the rest of the team impressed me more, and Geff Kid's sort of the known guy out of them, but he's having a good game here. 23-15 out of him. Does have his specialist ability, won't win response. Benji pushed up, he gets taken down as well. Is he going to go down also? Yes, he is. So what to do here. I'm going to get away with the drone there, though. Just going to throw it into mid-map.
والله حماس اللعب والله حماس اللعب.
The throw 3-1.
Good. تحس إنه في حماس في شوي. مو زي اللي أمس كان في جيم زي كذا قسم بالله إنهم فريق يعني مو متكافئ يعني فريق أقوى من الثاني. تخيلوا في اللي هو كرة اتصال.
Abel's Johnson.
Stay alive.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's two barn.
Nice.
Underpass. Two more. Two underpass. Yeah, one dead.
I'm taking ball. Behind me, boys. I'll get a one.
Haystack 11. Haystack.
Watch over me and I'll get a one.
Yeah. It's one shot. You push it. There's two. I'm a flank.
Nice, Dens.
Getting a one. I missed. Fuck's sake.
Don't worry.
Don't worry, man.
I've got lemon.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
والله كانت قريبة الكورة.
Another point. Yeah, Bob field. He's going connector probably. Yeah, he's connector.
One more. Let's go.
Nice, good shot.
Behind the lemon, weak.
I'm gonna flank.
Behind the lemon, weak.
Yeah, flank it, Jeff. I can take it right, actually. One's top green, probably. One's gone top green or lemon.
One shot lemon.
Top green, dead.
Let's get the ball.
Lemon's one shot.
Coming under pass, Jeff.
No, but lemon alley, one shot.
Dead.
Nice, free. What's haystack?
Under point weak.
Get that kill, you get a 2.
Yeah, he's line. Nice, good shot.
God.
Just slay. Boys, don't. Yeah, just flank it.
Green.
I'm gonna flank now.
Green, two bridge. Bowling alley.
Hold him off for a second.
بونغالي
What bowling?
Oh, they're all bowling.
Bob in our base.
Watch ball, Jeff. Watch ball.
No base, that.
They're gonna spawn up, Jeff. You need to.
We need to kill one more. Bowling. That, let's go, boys. Come on, push
I've
up
got
now.
Gemmo. This is a 2. Come.
Middle corner.
He's flying. Underpass as well. Our underpass.
They're in the pass as well.
He's coming bowling alley right in front of you. To your left.
He's bottom bridge.
I'm on that.
Bottom bridge, Jamie.
Yeah, bottom bridge.
Oh, fuck.
Don't give him ball.
He's top bridge.
Nice
Underpass pushing
job.
our point.
You're hearing the communication from Aware. Absolutely love how they're calling out exactly what the game plan is, whether they're going for a one, whether they're playing passively. Some great calls of where the opponents are, even saying, hey, if you get this one kill, go for the dunk. There's the pass, though, to bring this back to a one-point game. Reactive armor now used as well by Bob in the base. But look at the minimap. They have no pressure towards that back bowling side because he's the only one alive. And because of that, Aware spawn up near the drone. That's a perfect example of why you always need to have someone by that bowling building to spawn them out all the way towards field. This will be our closest uplink yet this weekend, 4-3, but in the end, it's a 3-0 for Aware.
Yeah, close one, and you know, they always sort of looked in control there, Jack, but Bando they were never out of it. You know, they were keeping them there, they were keeping them close. That carry capture at the end really asked the question, but I said the spawn's not going in their favor, not holding it down well enough. That final kill card going to come in an impressive victory from Aware.
Aware now 2-0 in this group. That puts them right there with Splice. I do believe that basically shows us who's going to make it out of Pool A early here on day 2. I know Bryce is over there with Oxygen and Momo to give their thoughts, though, on another 3-0 series.
Thank you very much, Courage. All right, guys, let's get your first impressions. Probably one of the closer games we've had, even though it was a 3-0.
Yeah, for me, it was business as usual for Aware, but moments of a spark from Bando. You know, they showed a bit of light in the hard point as well before, you know, the bit of a steamroll came in. The S&D, touch and go again, but Aware showing why they are a good S&D team. We actually saw the pre-game little interview, which is a really cool add-on there. They said, you know, I think it was Hesky was like, we know that Aware, they're a good respawn team, but they're also a good S&D team. But overall, I think Bando showed a bit more what they're capable of against Aware rather than Splice yesterday. But Aware continuing to impress, 2-0 in the group.
Yeah, impressive. And what impresses me is that we see the same scenario in the R point that we see with some elite teams where you have that first rotation, it's going to be quite close, and then they went on to the next gear and really impressed me in the R point yet again. But again, the uplink, not really convincing, was very close towards the end. 4-3 could have been a comeback from the Bando team, so definitely for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, obviously, you know, that they do have, or it appears to have, a little bit of a weakness there. So the further on this tournament, there'll certainly be teams kind of thinking about that as well. But before we go into this map by map, we are going to send it down to the floor. Lottie?
Europe. Is that hard to practice together?
No, I don't think it's really hindering us because we all speak English very well, so it's pretty good.
Awesome. Also, your first hard point is quite close. Was that a bit of a warm-up for you guys?
Yeah, I think it was a decent warm-up, but we also knew that was one of our best maps, so we were pretty confident in taking it, and we did get the win, so.
And in order to go through, you need to beat Splice. Now, they beat Fab 3-0, and you guys lost a map to Fab. Does that concern you a bit?
It doesn't really concern me. Well, they're the best team in Europe. We're looking to give them a good series, but I think we'll make it through groups without winning against them as well.
And if you did make it through to the final 8, who are you looking forward to matching up against?
I think we're matching up against Orbit, so that's going to be a really tough series, but that's going to be a good experience, and we're looking forward to play them.
Well, the best of luck. Thank you so much, Benji. Back over to you, Bryce.
Thank you very much. Well, seems quite humble about it. He says, you know what, we have got to play the best team in Europe, but we're still going to make it to groups regardless of what happens there. So, you know, I like the kind of the realism going. We are going to give them a good game. But if we lose, it's not the biggest thing in the world.
He's kind of got that safety net behind him. He's got his 2 games out of the way. He's won his 2 games. Now he can go into it like, if we do lose, we'll probably get second in our group. We're probably going to lose, but we can give it our best. We can maybe try something new, maybe try something a bit crazy against Splice. Seed number 1, why not?
What strikes me is that it didn't seem necessarily happy. You would think a team like Aware coming into this tournament, making it to the final 8, and making sure that they get a good number of pro points, honestly, would actually make him very happy. But it seems that he remains very focused and that he wants to go on with the tournament and play Splice.
Yeah, I think, you know, if we take this map by map, they probably expected to win a little bit better there, maybe, considering the talent in their group. Obviously, they've had their game earlier against Fab, so, and they won that fairly comfortably as well, apart from the uplink. So having the game this close and knowing that you're going against Splice, maybe while they know the challenge ahead of them puts a damper on them.
Yeah, just a couple of highlights, obviously, on your screen as well. We talked about Denji yesterday. We've got to talk about him again. Dropping absolute bombs here, not only on the hard point, but
that was very nice from Gefkev.
Yeah.
That was in game, but it was amazing. I felt like this game, he has those different making moments where it really stands up.
Yeah, I think just as an all-round team, they're very, very strong. The hard point S&D, very, very good. And let's be honest, you know, that's the large majority of the series. Their uplink, they need to tweak. They need to do something different. Maybe they've not practiced it as much. Maybe it's just a weak game type for them. But I think it is their kind of their Achilles heel almost. You know, when they play against a team like Splice, that they will get punished.
All right, well, let's talk about their search and destroy then. Now, this is a map where, and we call this a slip map, by the way. The reason we say this is because a lot more teams have practiced on S&D compared to maybe some of the respawns, because you've got several respawns, and S&D it's just a firm favourite amongst players. But again, this game, it wasn't a blowout. It was definitely close in points, but Aware did just look stronger.
Aware looked actually very, very good in it. And I go back again to speak about Gefkid. I remember probably 1, maybe 2 years ago now, there was an event in Sweden. Speaking to Gefkid, he was there. He was the one laying all the strats out for his team. He was the one kind of commanding it. He may not be the shining star. Again, look at Denza, 11 kills on the board. But I think it all comes down to strategy. It all comes down to, you know, that direction, that commander. And I think that is kind of what showed through in this. And yes, you're going to lose a couple of rounds. You've got a defense, offense.
Yeah.
But Aware Gaming, they took it eventually 6-3. And I'd say in the end it was pretty convincing. Denza absolutely smashing it. Big fan.
More convincing than yesterday. They won 6-5 against Fab, so that was a little better.
Yeah, but I mean, that's exactly what we kind of said coming into this. We said we thought Fab was better than Bando. We thought this is the way the skills rank up. So it pretty much played out as we expected it to. We knew Aware was going to be better. We knew it was going to be easier for them than their game yesterday against Fab. And pretty much the entire way through the series, that was true. Even onto the uplink, which they lost yesterday, it was still very, very close.
Yeah, the uplink was really close. And I think Aware of kind of been given a little bit of a lifeline in the games that they've played. They've had time to learn, time to adapt, and we saw that in the uplinks. A couple of one-point plays. This is one where I kind of had in my hands. I was like, you can't miss those plays. You're that close. You need to convert those. You need to put them in. And again, going against a team like Splice, for anyone else, you know, it doesn't have to just be Splice. They need to convert those one-point plays a little bit better.
And they need to convert their opportunities. I felt like the Aware lineup at the upper end uplink, but they weren't able to capitalize and score points where they had the advantage, they had the pressure on the map. So they definitely go work on the closing of those uplink opportunities.
I think to think about while we're on the subject of one-point plays, and I know me and Phil said this a lot yesterday when we were casting last year. Sorry, last year, sorry. Not yesterday. These are professional players.
Yeah.
The 1 point should be the last thing you're thinking about. It should be practiced enough that once you've done all the hard work, you've got mid-map control, you've got drone control, you've pushed, you've made the kills. The last thing you want to do is do all of that work, make all of that tactics, and then miss the one. They should be so automatic when you're in the right position. Like, don't get me wrong, trick ones or difficult ones, acceptable. But if you're throwing the standard ones, and you've done all that work, and you're not, you know, pretty much 100% on them, it's just a major flaw in your gameplay. Yeah,
it's like, you know, you passed it through your team, you've got past every single play, your open goal is there, you take a shot, and I've missed it. It doesn't happen there, it shouldn't happen here. That's just the way it is. If you're going for, you know, some big crazy ones over a building, difficult ones, fair enough. You know, we've seen it before, and you've got to be a bit risky sometimes. Well, basic ones should be the last thing on your mind, and it should be a clear-cut point.
All right, well, I think that wraps it up quite nicely. We're going to throw this to a break now. Coming right up after this, we're going to see Elevate for the very first time against Intuition. See you soon.
ويلكم باك اللي دخلوا. يلا حيهم الجميع منورين حبايب قلبي. يا هلا والله ومسهلا. باقي دقيقتين على الجولة اللي بعد هذه. أتمنى أنهم للفريق الأفضل. Yeah. Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? What?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CWL London in the Gfinity Arena. My name is Bryce, and we have another game for you to kick off today. It is going to be Elevate for the very first time they'll be playing here at this tournament, and they're going against Intuition, a team that has not had the greatest of starts in this tournament. They're 0-2, but I'm not alone. Joining me on this desk so far, we've got X and Tan. Tan, how are you?
I'm good. I'm enjoyed those first two games. Nice to see how we're doing, but I'm excited to see Elevate play.
I'm good as well, Bracey. Thanks for asking.
I was going to get to you.
Yeah, no, I'm good as well. It's fine.
Cool. You're just as bad as Jack.
No, don't ever.
You're right. That's hard. That's really bad.
It's actually offensive.
Wow. It is bad. Okay, how are you, Matt?
I'm actually doing pretty well. Thank you, Bracey.
That's no problem. That's absolutely no problem. Anytime.
You're my man.
Are you two done? Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're done.
He just come up here with hostility.
No, I'm not hostile. I'm not hostile. You're the one that's being hostile. You didn't ask how I was. We have a pretty good game on our hands. I'm excited to see Elevate.
Hello. I said it was fine.
Elevate gets their first game of the weekend.
I'll ask your opinion in a minute. Let's have a look at the groups first. Let's move this along, shall we? All right. Here's the group so far. A few games this morning. Obviously, Splice now 2-0 and Aware 2-0. So, through. Fab Games and Bando are out.
Yeah, those guys are just playing for pro points at this point. Yeah. I believe third place gets 1,100. Last place in the group gets 900. So yeah.
Moving on to Group B, Imperial and Epsilon are still on the two, but we are going to see Elevate play for the first time against Intuition. Intuition is pretty much a consolation match for them, unless they win it and somehow throw this into some sort of weird three-way tie.
Well, even in a three-way tie, still
things can happen.
They wouldn't. I don't think that's
no. That's not going to be one of the things that
it could happen. Things can happen. Things always happen.
No.
I have faith.
No.
You're right, Intuition. They're not going to do anything, are they?
Yeah.
All right, Group C, Orbit and Team 3G. They both got their win. Cyclone GG and Millennium yet to get one on the board. And Infused and Fnatic, obviously, in Group D have their wins. They are playing Game 12 today. Very last game of the day. Could be the one for the record books. Black Forest and Hadouken not really done an awful lot either.
Yeah, I think that group, though, Infused and Fnatic, there's a big gulf between those two teams and the other side of that group. For me, it was always written that they were going to be 1-2, but back to this one, I think this would be an interesting game to see how well Elevate are going to play. Obviously, it's going to be a hard one to precursor the rest of the teams against because, we've seen Intuition had hard series so far this weekend, but it's nice to see Elevate in the booth.
I feel like they come in here, obviously, the heavy favorite into this matchup. Intuition has not won a game yet, so you look at it, I feel like this is a good warm-up match for Elevate to kind of go through the rest of the day and start their tournament off.
Yeah, I think for Intuition, this is just seeing if they can do something. They didn't have a great day yesterday. They got battered in both their games, and now they're actually playing a harder game today. So.
You're playing for pride.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody wants to not win a game and not win a series and just go home. Yeah. I guess if you do, I think you're doing the wrong thing. But I mean, they got to come out here and put a better effort forward, I think.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they've come in here. They were a late-minute replacement.
Yes.
They
difficult spot.
They're a very difficult team. They're actually ranked quite low down compared to a lot of teams in this tournament. So it was fairly obvious what was going to happen. And, well, if anything, you know, they just need to come into this game. They've got nothing to lose. There is absolutely nothing for this team to lose coming into this game. They could, if they score 4 points on hard point, we're still not going to be surprised.
No, I think it's good for them to come there. I mean, they're always going to take that spot. It's experience online. It's experience against good teams. You want to get better by playing people who are better than you. And at the end of the day, it's going to be hard for them, no matter who they're going up against in this event this weekend. They are by far probably the lowest seeded team, the lowest vote-off team we had this weekend. And anything they can get,
I think it's by about 12 places.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, they have the hardest draw out of anybody, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they come in
the
here,
worst group to be in.
Yeah, I mean, it's an awful group to be in. They come in as a late replacement, probably wasn't practicing too much, didn't expect to be here. So I don't know how much stock you put in how they played. Granted, they've not played well, but I think it's definitely a great learning experience for these guys. Great experience just in general to be here playing against the best competition.
Yeah, I think so too. It's for the guys in Intuition, you know, you've got to Elevate, that's a given. You've got Epsilon, who are late replacement, they're high.
Hard player.
You've got Imperial, so, you know what, let's just find out what they can do as this game is ready to get underway. I'm going to hand it over to the casters. Please, guys, show us what's happening.
Thank you very much, Gracie. And yes, here we go. Elevate going head-to-head against Intuition, looking to put on a display. We're excited for this one, Jonas.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see Elevate play. That's one of my teams to watch. I actually believe they can place anywhere at second or third. Really good team, so can't wait to see what they have in store.
That's great. And as the countdown just starts this game off, we did catch up with Intuition Xeno to find out how they felt about going up against the Juggernauts of Elevate.
I think Elevate is one of the top EU teams currently in the EU. It will be very hard, but maybe if we take an S&D and a respawn, we can take this series, but we also have to go off, and let's hope for the best.
Wow, quite interesting thoughts from him. And one thing I did notice on the rigs as well, Jonas, is Reedy's gone for the gravity vortex gun.
Yeah, that's a little like Reedy to go for something unconventional. He likes to put off his opponents with some different choices, and that really said it all. What he said in the interview: let's hope for the best, and it's kind of a miracle that they need right now, and it's. Straight off the bat, you can see Elevate just getting control of that first seal, already 25-1.
Well, I mean, the guys on the analyst desk said it. They've pretty much got the hardest pool here. They're a very late replacement with arguably, well, the lowest seed coming into it. So they're realistic with their expectations, but this is really their chance to prove a point.
Yeah, it is, and actually they tried to prove a point on that first deal. If you look at the scoreboard, they were able to trade kills nicely, but they weren't able to enter the hill. Now they have an early rotation, already 2 players dead, and just like that, Elevate is going to break in, not losing a single player in the pinch. Very impressive stuff, and I can't help but feel for a team like this Intuition lineup. Very, very tough to go up against Elevate.
Well, I mean, Elevate second in the pro point standings after 2 really good outings in the previous 2 2Ks, reaching the finals both times, only just losing out to Splice. So we're aware of their firepower, and you can really see that shown in these early stages.
You can, but actually it's not that bad. I mean, it's 50-21. You could have expected a much worse start. No, they're just going to try to do their best. If they score 100 points, I think this will be a very nice map for them. On the other end, obviously, they've already played 2 games in the line environment at Jeffinity. Elevate is onto their first game, maybe a bit of warm-up for these guys.
All right, well, let's see if they can try and pull things back here as we switch over hardpoint location. We are going to see the early contest, and the Monk or the opposing player wanting to make a move, and really just outweighs Monk there, shows his patience and comes out on top.
Yeah, this was maybe not the best of move to do from the Intuition guy. Reedy was in a perfect position to take out his opponent, and once again you can see on the map Elevate just in control of the hill, got control of the spawns, they know where their opponents are coming, just gotta aim in the right direction and kill everyone, and the Intuition's not able to contest that hill.
Oh, here we go with Watson now, and really do love the personalities in this team of Elevate as well, some very big characters. Let's see what Watson can do as he is finding himself back in his former form, right at the top of the European rankings.
Yeah, very, very nice awareness from Watson there to pick up both kills. Again, Intuition with the early rotation, they were in prime positions to defend those spawns, and they were not able to. So you definitely see the difference between those 2 teams, the overall map awareness, the team communication, the score, and the minimap says it all.
Yep, and here we go. So we are now seeing Intuition really get a good lockdown here. So pressure is going to be on Elevate to go for the break. And, man, these guys just really need to hold on to this as best they can because they're trailing by a substantial margin.
Yeah, that was actually quite a nice defense. Watson managed to get around the back, but was dropped pretty fast. Now comes in Shani with a double kill. Comes the triple. Can he make it 4? Zed's going to help him. And just like that, once again, very easy break from Elevate, textbook. And they're going to be in control.
Yeah, and just like that, as you say, Jonas, things switch over 20 seconds. Still plenty of points to be built up for Elevate as they're looking to extend this to 150 already with just less than a minute of open play gone in this hardpoint game.
Zed currently on a 5-kill streak, 11-3, having a really nice game, and that's kind of what you expect. There is a lot of people who've been talking about Zed. I've even heard some people say that he's the best European player right now. Definitely not something that I will say as well, because we can't be sure until this tournament's over, but we'll definitely keep an eye on him. Still on a 6 streak, gonna make it 7. Very, very impressive stuff, and finally gonna drop out, I think.
Oh, well, Zed is still going here, and with the rewind, 8-kill streak, all those score streaks ready as well. Rebuilding up that Scarab, and at 14-3, I mean, look how much time he's had on the hill as well, 2 minutes, 1 second. He's doing so much work here for Elevate, and this is a very impressive showing. 10 kills now, Jonas.
Yeah, just stop it, Zed. That's just disrespectful at this point. He's surely not going to pick up that. Finally going to drop to Monk. But how much damage has he done? He's got all of his core streaks now. And Intuition, for the past minute, it's not been that bad. They've been able to stay within a 100-point margin, which is still a lot, but it definitely was, I was expecting a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, 10 kill streak there. I think the only other highest one I've seen this tournament was by Bamps, who also got a 10 kill streak. I'm not sure if anyone else has actually beat that yet, but here we go. The kill feed there completely dominated by Elevate. Of course, there is a minor respawn delay on hardpoint as well, so that's just working against the boys of Intuition.
Yeah, Watson now on a 3-kill streak, just quickly looking at the leaderboards. Complicated for the Intuition boys. 8-15 for Zeno, 7-19 for Jumbo. Mark and Levox also going negative, not as much, but definitely not great in the slaying department. And you know, we say kills are in everything, but when there is such a huge gap, you've talked about the respawn delay. Just in respawn delay, that's a massive difference on time spent on the map.
Well, let's see what's going on with Jambo now. And a really good position there, just hiding behind the car, and you can see he's really locked this down, actually. He's got 3 kills under his belt as well. No reason to push out any further. Did need to go for that challenge, though. And once again, we see Elevate breach. But if anything, this maybe works in Intuition's favor. They can go for the early rotation.
Yeah, they can go for the early rotation, but Shawnee is already going to pick up the first kill. Someone to his right, is he going to know? He's surely in a great position, and his teammate's going to come in. This is just a very nice play from Shawnee, just staying alive, getting that early lead in this hard point, and it just looks like, you know, Intuition can't do anything, and they're not doing that bad. Again, they've almost got 100 points. There is such a big difference between those two teams. You could expect a lot worse against a team like Elevate.
Well, let's see what's going on with Intuition. I mean, who's the top performer here, really, Jonas? I guess you could say 46 seconds on the hard point by Levox. Is something, but 14 kills by Monk, pretty much just about hanging in there in the slaying department.
Oop, Watson killing his teammate as he kills Monks as well, and this should be it. This should finish on this hard point, 246. They're going to contest it surely, but it's going to drop out to Zed, and there we go. Elevate takes map number 1, 250 to 92. Great showing from the boys, really what we expected, and you know, nothing against Intuition, but they're just not on the same scale as the other teams.
No, and that was that's another 100-point club, and we've got to say Intuition had a lot of things going against them coming up.
Nice work, guys. Wallahi,
they were a late involvement in the actual invitational itself. Probably, well, they are the lowest seeding team in attendance by far. So much against them, and going up against Elevate as well.
My God.
You know, real contenders to actually go ahead and do
No, they definitely are, and you know, they are showing a lot about the elite teams here, the top 5-6 teams in Europe, and every time we see them playing in those group stages, we've seen 3-0, we've seen dominant performances, whether it was the uplink, the uplink, or the S&D. They just don't really look worried and very uncontested right now.
And that stress ball that they've got, Is that kind of to relieve some stress while they're playing? I don't think they've needed to that.
Well, it can not only help with the actual mental stress, but also the physical stress and you know sometimes the hand strain that you can get from playing too much. So definitely good to see some of the stress balls in there. Right now they're having fun more than anything, and it looks like a pretty chill game for Elevate. Just you know, getting in tournament, playing in those line environments. But we've got veterans. I mean, they've been there before. Someone like Watson, Reedy, they've been there for years. Zed's only been there for a year and a half. And Shani, the new guy, really impressive stuff from him. Really a player to look out.
Yeah, absolutely, and really making a mark here in the Invitational. Of course, $25,000 up for grabs in prize pool, and that first place position will grab 5,000 pro points per play, which is an incredible amount. That pretty much sets you up for the season.
Yeah, I think this means so much more than the actual prize pool at stake. I think that the teams here are really coming in for these pro points. Teams like Splice, you know, they'll be fine. They have enough pro points. They're playing more for the seeding, for the glory. But other teams, you know, like Epsilon, like Aware, like Imperial, those pro points are extremely important because nothing is certain yet for this MLG Atlanta pool play and ESWC. So there is a lot of pressure. Right now, we can't really tell by this game, but when we come into later today, there's going to be games like Elevate against Epsilon. Those games are going to be very, very interesting to watch.
Yeah, and I mean, this is it. So top 6 are going to be getting their position at MLG